This is the first major hurricane we have seen. It has now reached Category 3 strength. This is not a localized event. The damage that we are seeing here stretches for about a half a mile this way.
Where is the storm heading next?
We're really going to see it impacting the rest of the South all the way through the Gulf Coast states, Nicole. So things are just getting going. We are really in the thick of it.
Good morning. It's about 15 degrees here in Punxsutawney, but no doubt this is going to be the hottest spot in the state. So I'm going to bring in Jeff Lundy. You are the president of the Groundhog Club here in Punxsutawney, and this is one question we all want to know across the entire world. Why does this happen? We're taking a look at winds that are going towards the radar in green, winds away from the radar in red, and that is where that circulation is at. So we can easily track these with the radar technology that we have today, even seeing debris being lofted in the air.
Did we win the lottery with this weather? I don't think so.
I'm still crying tears into my tickets that I bought.
Oh, you did buy
You can use them as tissues because they are useless right now.
Yes. Okay, so let's be happier about something that you and I might like. How about some warmer temperatures here for Chicago? This is a warm-up before we get hit with the next storm.
We love our popcorn for breakfast every single day.
We don't hang around the water cooler.
We hang around this thing. Every day is popcorn day at News Nation.
So here's the severe weather threat. 4 out of 5 on the scale here from the Storm Prediction Center. High tornado threat, high wind threat, still some potential for some large and damaging hail, but it looks like Memphis is in the bullseye right now. I've got the winner of the Daytona 500, none other than Austin Cindric here. Congratulations, man. What an amazing race you had, and thank you for making it so thrilling for everybody.
Yeah, absolutely. Pretty incredible.
We got to show everyone the ring. You got a beautiful trophy. Look at the bling this guy's got. Backed by popular demand is, of course, the Halloween Gorecast. All right, so Sleepy Hollow looking pretty good. I think when we have some clouds in the sky, it looks pretty nice. Scary, Pennsylvania, always a great place to spend Halloween. 64 degrees on trick-or-treat time.
Since earlier today, Nicole, we did see it 65-mile-per-hour winds just as it was off the coast of Cape Canaveral. And we're talking a very short distance it's traveled, gaining strength again, 75-mile-per-hour winds sustained. The storm itself, most of it is now over water, so it's got all the fuel it needs to continue to grow. Yes, the smokeout means barbecue. And we've got 25 vendors to choose from, so many that I wouldn't know where to begin. Callie, we have all the events coming up. A lot of people coming, right?
Yeah, we're expecting about 15,000 today.
Ooh, and are there still tickets available?
There sure are. So tonight, Tim McGraw's playing, and tickets are still available.
Good evening. Here we go, Nicole. And, well, we are still in the middle of hurricane season, and we have a storm named after you. I hope you like the name here. Subtropical storm Nicole expected to gain more tropical characteristics, likely becoming a hurricane in the coming days. Right now, sustained winds of 45 miles per hour. The hurricane hunters are flying through it right now, getting a good sampling of the storm at low levels, and they'll eventually give us more data as to what we can see. But right now, the official forecast track from the Hurricane Center does take it straight into Florida, crossing the northern Bahamas by Wednesday afternoon, and then approaching and likely making landfall sometime late Wednesday night into Thursday morning, likely becoming a hurricane. Category 1 on the table right now with winds sustained to 75 miles per hour. That could certainly go up. Remember, intensity forecasts can be very tricky, so we have to watch this one closely. But either way, impacts will be felt, and then that storm likely going to take a hard right turn and then eject at high speed across the eastern seaboard as we move into the weekend. Either way, you're going to see some impacts down in Florida as we head into the next few days. We're talking about hurricane watches everywhere from around Cape Canaveral down to Miami, West Palm Beach, Melbourne, and then we see the tropical storm warnings to the north of there. We've got 2 systems we're tracking as we move into the next several days. Election Day, we're not going to see major impacts early on down in Florida, but there will be a chance for some moisture to come in off the ocean ahead of the hurricane making landfall. And then we have the next system, mountain snow, as you see. This is coming from another system impacting the West Coast. That one's going to blast across much of the West, including Nevada and down towards California. Oregon could all see impacts as they head out to the poles, and then the system is likely going to explode and become even more intense as it hits part of the heartland moving into Thursday. So heading to the poles again, where you're going to see travel problems, showers down in the southeast, mountain snow, and also rainy conditions across the west. There will be a lot with that. And then we got to talk about that lake week system, which could bring, again, heavy snow, possibly blizzard conditions, even severe thunderstorms. We've got a lot going on as we move into the next few days. Already seen a foot of snow in places, but that's less than half of what they're expecting across much of these areas. Thunder snow, incredible thing. Have you ever seen that before, Adrian?
I have.
Oh, man, it is pretty wild to see thunder and lightning happening. So this is not a typical storm. It is simply lake effect snow. When you have cold air going across these warmer lakes that we have, you get the lake effect bands, and that's why we have winter storm warnings in parts of Wisconsin, Michigan. But we have it as lake effect snow warnings over here, including parts of New York, mainly Buffalo, and also up here towards Watertown. As you notice, they're all on the eastern sides because the wind is mostly out of the west. That is what's leading those heavy bands of snow coming straight off the lakes and just dumping tons and tons of snow on places like Hamburg. And as you notice over here towards Buffalo, those lightning strikes showing up anywhere from 2 to 4 inches of snow per hour. It's just going to keep on going. These bands just don't really quit. So now we've already have estimations of 14 inches of snow to the south side of Buffalo. Other places still over 6 to 8 inches of snowfall, and we've got more to tack onto the top of that. Talking another 30, possibly 40 inches. And again, that's going to lead to the travel bans that you're seeing. Travel is going to be, if not difficult, impossible to do. So it's one of those things they just say, don't even attempt it. It's just not worth being out there trying. But if we have 40, 50 inches of snowfall, look at where it puts Buffalo in the top 4 3-day snow events. It would put them somewhere between maybe in the number 2 spot, may not quite make it to the number 1 spot back in 2001, but that is still an incredible storm. And that's not the only thing we're talking about today. We have record cold across much of the continental United States. The heartland, seeing those temperatures in the 20s, possibly the teens. Tonight is going to be a brisk one for us. I'd like to go out and try to enjoy a nice Friday night, but 26 degrees in the wind is going to feel about like 5 degrees here in Chicago.
Oh, no.
Okay, for November, it's a little bit early for that, but
Yeah.
that's still record-breaking for a lot of folks here today.